Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Mazda on the Boulevard in Enterprise, and you can see behind me I've got a crossover lineup that everybody loves. And I'm gonna go through quickly each of the models and how they fit into your life so you can choose which one's best for you. So let's jump in. More garbage! So yes, I've got all the crossovers here. Did want to caveat that there's no CX-9. Two reasons. Number one, because the CX-90 is replacing the CX-9. And number two, I'm sold out of CX-9. So I feel that was a pretty good reason as well. So let's get started here on the end. All of these are 2023 models with exception of the CX-90, of course, which is a 24. And you can see this beautiful CX-30. This is what we would call, although it's larger than the CX3 that it replaced, but the subcompact crossover. And you can see that this one has beautiful Kodo design with that S-curve. It is a 5-passenger, so take a quick peek. And this one is the premium model, so you can see that it has a 8-inch screen and also some nice amenities as far as a digital instrument panel, heated seats, automatic air, and of course that perforated black leather with brown accents. And you do have fold down seats available, 60-40 split, and we'll take a peek in the back. This one, of course, is smaller, so doesn't have as much rear leg room. And this is on our small platform that is shared with the Mazda 3 and the CX50, which we'll look at in just a minute. Power liftgate is available on the premium and higher models, and here's that 60-40 split, and here is the rear cargo. And you actually have several packages available. This is the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated, which you also can go up to turbo models, and both with a 6-speed automatic. You can see roof rails and moonroof is on this model, as well as some accented LED lights. And of course, our iActive Sense safety suite is standard on all, including adaptive cruise control. Moving to the next one, this is the top dog for several years. The number one selling Mazda is the CX5. This one is a 23 Carbon edition. This was refreshed in 22 with a little bit longer bumper, new grille. 19-inch wheels is available. I didn't mention, but 18s are the top size on the CX30. This Carbon edition with 19-inch wheels also has polymetal gray and red leather interior. Can get black leather in the Carbon edition, or a beige or white leather and black leather. This one goes up to a 10.25 inch screen. Some of the same upgrades available on some models, and a MI drive is available with different driving modes. And of course, automatic air, heated seats, ventilated seats on more models. Here's a look at the rear seat. You do have also this console and cup holders here. These are a little bit of difference in of course, you'll notice that this one has a little bit of a bumper there, which most of them do not. Most of the Mazdas anyway. This is a 40-20-40 split, so you can actually fold this down with just a little lever here and fold that down in the middle to load any type of storage items, or break up the passengers or whatever the situation is. And all of these do have a full height temporary spare, with exception of one down on the end, and we'll talk about that when we get there on some options. And again, power lift gates are something that's added on some of the medium and higher trims. And just to do a quick comparison, there is a little bit more leg room in the rear, and this of course is a 5-passenger as well. Rear AC vents, and this has the same powertrain as the CX30. So this one's the 2.5 naturally aspirated. This one, the CX30, gets 33 miles per gallon on the highway. This one gets 30 miles per gallon on the highway. And then we move down to one of the newcomers, the CX50. This one, of course, is not imported because it's made right here in Alabama, in North Alabama, designed for the North American market. And this one, of course, is more rugged, more recreational or outdoors, off-road. This is on the same platform as the CX-30, but you can see it's a lot wider and actually longer than the CX-5. Different design, more rugged, more beefy. This one is the Meridian edition, so it's a special off-road with more 18-inch wheels, but 20-inch wheels are the top size wheel. And this one has more aggressive tread or more teeth on the tires. And this one is wider inside, so you have more width than the CX-5 and, of course, the CX-30. This is a beautiful terracotta leather interior that is available on the turbo models. So this one is a turbo, and you can see some of the new design elements. And this one has a 10.25-inch screen as well, infotainment. This one, though, has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, where it's required to be tethered on the previous two vehicles we looked at. And a little bit more legroom, as you would expect on a longer vehicle. So wider, more legroom. And this is where it really comes together, right back here. You see dual exhaust is kind of how we set things up as well. And look at this space back here. So 60-40 split. Also, you have your levers to fold that down, but a lot of cargo room, even a little bit underneath here with your spare. So a lot of cargo room available, which is very nice. And of course, as we look at these two side by side, let me shut this. Maybe you can tell that the CX-5 is actually a little bit higher than this CX-50. And the roof rails, of course, and this is the first one available with a panoramic roof, is the CX-50, but it's flat design for more cargo or more recreational items up top, and lower than this CX-5, so you can actually reach it without needing much assistance. But there is a little step on that door sill in the rear. So again, just to recap, CX-30, CX-5, CX-50, and this one is the all-new CX-90, which is the first vehicle on Mazda's brand new large platform. This is a brand new color, artisan red. Of course, we had the polymetal gray, and then soul red, so you can see the contrast there. I know the sun's on the CX-30, but artisan red was designed for this new large platform. This one has an all-new powertrain, which is an inline 6 with an 8-speed transmission, automatic. And you can tell it's definitely wider. The CX-90 is designed to, well, it is the biggest and the most powerful. The inline 6 or a plug-in hybrid, and the plug-in hybrid, as I alluded to before, does not have a spare tire from what I know, but this is a 21-inch wheel on these upper trims of this CX-90 inline 6. And you can see it's just more and more premium as you work your way up the line. So this is a beautiful white interior with the faux wood grain accents, a 12.3-inch screen, a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. These also upgrade to several different interior colors as you look at some of the Turbo S, which is an inline 6-cylinder with tuned for more power, up to 340 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque. This one, of course, has your captain's chairs and the third row, which is folded down. I'll try to pull that up and show you. Roof rails are a nice accent. Also has a panoramic roof up there. And as it's a 3-row vehicle, has this design here in the D-pillar to have more headroom for these third row passengers. And of course, a 60-40 split. This is a 7-passenger. Can get an 8-passenger, so it comes in 6, 7, and 8 passengers. And this one's a 7-passenger with that pass-through. And so very comfortable and accommodating for more passengers and more cargo, with many first evers for Mazda in America. So this one's very nice. This vehicle, the standard inline 6, has 280 horsepower. And as I mentioned, the 8-speed. Every one of these has some electrification, so a little bit better fuel economy available, which is 25 combined on this size vehicle, and the driving dynamics are amazing. And the CX50 has 256 in the turbo. The CX5 comes in naturally aspirated or turbo, just like the CX30. So here's a rundown of the latest lineup of the Mazda crossovers. Of course, we do have the CX-9 that would fit in between the 90 and the 50, and it has the same powertrain as these. So with the 90, the inline 6 is coming to market, the first 6-cylinder in several years by Mazda. And later on in the year, we will have a CX-70 that will fit between the CX50 and the CX-90. So here they are, the beautiful Mazda crossovers. The last thing to mention, and I kind of have them lined up all together here from the back so you can see the length differences. But they all, in North America, are all-wheel drive. So it's our iActive all-wheel drive, which is predictive and gives you the opportunity for better traction in more places. Those 3 are front-wheel drive. The new large platform is rear-wheel drive first, and then of course it's a bias, rear-wheel drive bias, because the front wheels have traction in the all-wheel drive situation. So which one of these is your favorite? CX30, CX5, CX50, or the new CX90? Thank you for joining me for a look at this Mazda crossover lineup. I hope that I've given you some information that you can use to decide which one is right for you. Of course, if you have any more questions or comments, drop them down below or text me at 334-718-0504. I really can't wait to see you in one of these, any of them, because they're all beautiful Mazdas. More car vids.